Hello everyone. A promise that cost a life. That night on simply promise killer a man, not with charity, not with hatred, but with forgetfulness. It was on of trist winter night when the cold dust just toast your skin. It crept into your bones. The city was cold, warped in fog and silent. Oil warm lights glowed behind gross window where people looked at and sleep without fear. Outside one of the most luxurious mansions in the city stood an old man. His curtains were tint, his hands trembled, his breath came out like smoke in the freezing air. He had own home, no family, no cost, only experience it. A billionaire returning from a long dinner party noticed him standing near the gate. The constant was stalking wood and privately facing easy. Other under the same sky, the billionaire pushed something about the old man's claim Posthumed disturbed him. He escaped generality. Around you coast standing here without a cost. The old man looking up and smiled a trick could smile. I don't have on his side safety, but I be learned to live with. The coast three words hit harder than any excitation. The billionaire felt a certain wave of guilt and compassion. He had consorts felt of trust, some he had never ever warmed. Without thinking most he sighed. With here I go inside and bring you a ghost for the first time that night. Hope averted. No, the old man's face. No excitement, just relief. Thank you, he sighed it will. The billionaire we inside the warmth welcome him. Conversation resumed. His phone rang. A business call turned it into another. A guest asked for help, time passed quality. Dangerous outside the old man waited minute become house. The cold become sharper, the wind grow cold. Normality he would have walked out, found a corner, indicated the night and she alone had. He had survived winter before with nothing but his own strength, but Tongst was different. Tongst he had hope. He told himself just a little longer. He promised that hope keep him standing, that promise keep him waiting. By morning, when the billionaire finally remembered, panic struck him. He resounded outside. The gate was cold. The old man lay on the ground, frozen and life's lesson beside him was a small pencil of paper. With shaking hand, the billionaire read the note. When I had nothing, I had the strong to indent the cold pieces I was used of it. But when you promised me warmth, I had no to that hope, and in doing so I lost my strong. The billionaire fell to his canoes. He had no killed the man with intentional. He had killed him with a broken promise. The lesson, the story is not just about cold weather or a coast, it is about responsibility. Never promise help if you are not sure you can give it. Never give hope consolity To you, a promise might feel small, so someone disparted it can be everything. Broken promise don't allow hurt, imprudently, something their quality token out the strong people need to survive. Be careful without your world. Be honest with your limit. And if you promise kind rest, make sure you deliver it. Business hope can save lives or distort them. The billionaire did not step that night. The munition was warm, silent, and heavy with guard. The soft beat felt like stone every time he called said his amen. He saved the old man's faith, not frozen, not lifeless, but hopeful. Within business of him morning came, but Pansy did not at sunrise. The billionaire ordered his driver to take him back to the ex plane where the old man had stood. The street was empty now. People passed by without knowing with head happiness tree just house alert. Life had moved on, but he stood tree for a long time, staring at the ground where the old man had did for the first time in his life. His money felt useless that someday. The story appeared in the local news. Homeless man dressed of cold outside billionaire munition. The comment were voted. Some blamed the system, some blamed the billionaire, some blamed the old man himself, but none of them felt with the billionaire felt. The invariably trust that he could have saved him. Deposit weak posit it the note haunted him. When you promised me warmth, I had no to the hope and lost my strong. He realized something painful. The old man did the business of the cold alone. He did business hope relentless survival. From that day on, the billionaire changed. He stopped making promises, choosing. He stopped saying, I help unless he had really to act immediately, but guilt alone could not bring peace. So he did something different every winter without commenced, without hardness. We will cut the estate at night. He carried cost, blanket, food, and this time he didn't promise, he simply gave. If someone asked, will you come back? He replied honestly, I don't count, so take that now. On cold night, a young homeless boy asked him, where do you help people like us? The billionaire who said that answered quality. Because on I made a promise that cost a man his life. I don't let my world hurt anyone again. The boy warped himself in the coast and sighed. Then Yuri not just giving contest, Yuri giving taste. The billionaire finally understood the real lesson. Condensed, diluted can be clarity. Hope without action can be deadly. And world, simply world. Carry words, yes, proceed. The billionaire was older now. His hair had turned against, and the world knew him as a artist man. Foundations, shutters, winter programs. People tossed him word artist about him kid's heart, but inside he never felt like a hero. This is the most important person never save his change. On winter, everything colder the most, he stood again on the same street. The city had changed. New building, verticalized, but the wind felt the same. He was carrying cost his time. He was carrying a small plucking. He cannot down the place it penalty on the walk near the gate. It didn't have the old man's name basis he never can on it. The Pelcute read hero did a man which life was lost to a broken promise. Let this fancy remind us if you offer have deliver it. He stood silently had viewed for the first time. He spoke not to the world, not to the media, but the night itself. I am sorry, he whispered. I don't promise anymore. I only act. He turned to Libel. He noticed a woman sitting nearby holding a child. The child was severing his lip. Turning will the billionaire did escape question. He didn't explosion. He didn't save with hero. He remembered his own cost. The war feed it around the child. The woman looked up, teased, in here easy. Will you come back with more help? She scared. He smiled gently and sighed. I am a hero. That with matter. That night the child slept warm. He harnessed forward. No apologies come, but something else did pass. The billionaire finally understood the default twist. You cannot change the past, but you can choose not to report it. Promises are easy, romance is hard. Action is everything and something that gets condensed is not what you say you will do toward, but what you do today. The billionaire never returned to the state again, not because he forgot, but because he had learned years later. He people escaped him the skirt behind his cold generosity. He never told the full story. He didn't speak about the old man. He didn't mention the note. Some lessons are not meant to be spoken loudly. They are meant to be lived instead to promise it. He built system instead of spoken. He charities instead of storing. I will help. He made sure help was already waiting. On the wall of the office hung a sing sentence waiting in simply hand waiting. Never give hope you cannot carry. Every new influence read it. Every volunteer understood it. On everything a young man on escaped him. Sir, did you ever feel proud of the level you be helped? The billionaire smiled gently and replied, Pride comes from world, payche comes from responsibility. The night as he sat alone by his window watching snow felt silently. He trust of the old man, not with guard this time, but with respect. Because this man in darkness had trusted him. The most responsibility lesson of his him, not about money, not about charity, but about trust. The trust, the contrast is not an intentional. It is not a factor plan. It is not a promise. Condensed is action done at the right time and the as the city step one in that continues roast the billionaire which carried on lost sentence into the cold night. May my silent never heard someone again. Thanks for watching and please like, comment, share and subscribe.